Well, hello there everyone. I am going to play another game of Star Realms, just like I always do. I am going to play online, of course. And I think this time, I think I'm going to do a real-time selective game and see if I can do both the core set and Colony Wars. See if anyone is up for playing that against me. So, let's give it a shot and see if we can get ourselves a game here any second. And we have a game. Let's try out. Who is this I'm playing here? Stimbad? Like Simbad, but Stim? Okay, that's what we're going to say. And oh, it's our turn first, so we should probably play some cards. Let's see. 3 to start with is... I like Corvette, so I'm going to grab the Corvette. And with a 1, I think I'd rather have a Swarmer than a Solar Skiff. That's my thought. We'll see if I'm right. See if it works out for me, shall we? And my opponent is also going to have 3 available. They're going to pick the Solar Skiff, and then they're going to get an Explorer. Yep, because there were not a lot of choices. I have a little bit of choices now. I have 4 coming at me for purchasing. I can either go the Ravager and try and edge towards some trade row control here. Or I could pick up a mining mech and be able to scrap. It's a real hard call for me between the two. 3 versus... There is some expensive stuff out there, so I think I might be leaning mining mech, but boy, this is a tough call. I do already have a green that has some trade row control. I think I'm just going to go with it because it fits it better. I am a little disappointed to see the Corvette pop up there because I would love to have paired up a Corvette with my other one as well. But you can't always get what you want. Sometimes you reveal it for your opponent. But my opponent's going to probably pick up the mining mech, possibly trade escort if they get 5. There's actually a couple decent calls there. It depends on which way they want to go with their deck, and they don't have a whole lot. Oh, trade escort probably. I'm guessing. Is it going to be? They have another blue, and that's, yeah. It's a hard call, everything even, but I think that since they already had one blue, yeah, that really does bring it into being an easier call. And a Viper, really? Well, like I said, I wanted that Corvette, and I certainly want it more than I want a Stellar Reef or an Explorer, so let's go ahead and pick it up and waste a trade yet again. But I am at least pairing up. I've got 2 yellows, 2 greens. A little disappointing to see them separated, but, you know, doesn't always work out. They went for the freighter. They're going to be able to buy something big soon. So, do I want to go for some purchasing of my own, or what? Okay, they are really heavily in blue. Yeah, I love the Imperial Palace. I really do. I don't want to scrap that out. I'm not really sure. I'm going to scrap out the recycling station because I don't particularly want it. Yeah, no. With 4? No, with 4 I'm going to take the mining mech. So I'm going to scrap just that one. See if anything else comes up. Ooh. Another Ravager is not a bad call for me. It really isn't. I would really love to get a little more trade so I can pick up that Imperial Palace, but currently all my yellow is focused on draw. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up another green. Yeah. Yet again, I'm wasting a little bit here, but I like that I have a couple greens, and I have, I believe, 3 greens and 2 yellows. That's really tight faction-wise. It's going to play well with itself. Knowing that, I probably would not have trashed the recycling station, especially since now it's an orbital platform, which is just a slightly cheaper recycling station. Also slightly less powerful, but... And my opponent is able to pick it up. Now I see something that I would love to see. Yeah. My opponent has all the big buy stuff, so I mean, I have almost no economy, right, guys? I can draw extra cards, but that means I could maybe get to 5 because it's a draw with a card that doesn't provide economy. So let's scrap everything expensive that I'm worried about. Let's do that. Yeah, and let's scrap that other expensive card, even though it's not the greatest expensive card. Oh, that is a card that works really well for them. I'm tempted to pick it up just to deny them some of the factioning. But I also love the RAM, and the RAM also can be scrapped out for some trade, which I am severely lacking the ability to buy anything expensive. So I think I have to get it because I just need a couple shots at something that can really do well. They are definitely going to pick up the cutter, I am sure of it, unless they have enough to buy Loyal Colony. Yeah, that's not surprising. Oh, Command Ship comes out, which is just insane for them. The only good news for me is that it means it's probably another turn that they won't buy the cutter, because they won't be able to afford both Command Ship and cutter, most likely. Scrap up to 2 cards that are currently in the trade row. Yes, I'm worried about both of these going into my opponent's hands, so, well, deck in general. So I will scrap them both out. And now we have a flagship, which is also going to be good for my opponent. With 2, an Explorer is probably going to be more useful to my deck, but the Stellar Reef will faction my green guys, and I've got just that amount of green where it will hurt when I don't faction them, but it's fairly possible that I'll have a couple more turns where there's just 1 green, so yeah, it plays better with that. I would love to have picked up the Blob World instead, but I don't have the trade for that. Okay, they can do a little recycling here on their mini recycling station. On their unicycle, if the recycling station, oh yeah, and they picked that up. I was afraid of that. I got rid of so many good blues, and they still managed to pick up one that was very damaging to me. And now I get 5 trade, which just, you know what? I think I'm going to take the survey ship for. Man, this is really good for them. Yeah, and I don't really have any other options, so do my 1 point of damage and hope I get a good turn here. Jeez. No draw and a single green. I'm kind of in trouble here, guys. They're cycling not a whole lot, but next to my nothing. Yeah, it's better than what I got. My only consolation there is they do not have a lot of yellow to faction, so they're not going to do that very often. But they do have blue to faction, and boy howdy, holy moly, 8 trade and 9 damage. That's what happens when you add in Colony Wars, guys. You don't see a whole lot of vanilla turns, with no expansions at least, even with some of them, I don't think, where you see 8 and 9 all in 1 turn. That's super late game normally. They also did a lot of healing. Oh boy. Boy. What do I want to scrap? Man, I think just the cheap base so that they don't get the easy pickup with that. Yeah, boy. That is not. Which of these do I destroy? Which of these do I destroy? I think I destroy that Loyal Colony. That's just too much all at once. I'm going to pick up another Explorer so I can at least chuck those out and do a little bit of damage. I would have loved to have another 2 to take down their orbital platform too, and it was a really tough call. And at least this turn, I'm finally going to get some ally abilities going on. Of course, they got some ally abilities as well. What are they putting for their next ship on top of their deck? What are they going to buy and put on top? 8, huh? Nope. They're going to put the Falcon on top. That's definitely the one they want to put. I would have loved to have picked that up, but nope. So they got the Falcon in their hand, which means they are going to faction off the orbital platform this time. So I probably need to make sure I kill it. Draw a card, shall we? Okie dokie. Scrap. I'm going to get 1, 2, possibly 3, 4, 5 trade. Boy. Boy. Scrapped 2. I don't particularly want the battle mech. And I'm not going to take another survey ship at this point, most likely. So I think I'm going to scrap both of those. Bloborb's tempting because I'm not going to get there first, but I don't know. Okay, I see an Imperial frigate. That is not bad at all. I don't mind seeing that. Now I can scrap one more. I want to trash this and pull that frigate first and see what replaces it. And yes, Protocol, I really worry about them picking up. So let's scrap that one. And of course it's another blue because they're just getting a heck of a lot of blue. A missile bot is not horrible. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the missile bot at this point. A little extra damage on average. And of course I put a recycling station into play, which is just, again, so disappointing to see stuff that my opponent could use so well. But what are you going to do? I'm at least going to get some scrap now, and I'm going to scrap a scout because 2, 3, 4 I'm probably not going to want, unless they don't pick that up. If they don't pick up the recycling station, maybe. Whew. Okay, 10 damage. They took that out, that's for sure. And then they can do 7 to me. Are they going to make me discard a card? No. They are not going to do that quite yet. They are going to pick up the recycling station. Oh, Emperor's Dreadnought. How I wish I could afford you. I can't, though. There is no way I can pick that up. I just don't have the trade in this game. I gotta make the most of this cheap stuff that I can. Okay, 2, 3, 4 possible. Which means 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, which means I can get rid of their War World even if I get rid of a Viper. So, as much as I'd rather get rid of... Oh, no. Yep, I didn't think I had anything in there. As much as I'd rather get rid of a Scout, I'm going to get rid of that. Although that's tempting to go for the... yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Scrap him out. Take the 4 here. Do the 4 here. And end that turn. And hope this is a good one. Oh, I get 2 draws. And 2 scrapperinos. So that might work out okay. But they're healing more again too. Look at all the healing they got. They're up to 29. Even though I was very competitive. Authority-wise, considering. And they get to do another 7 points of damage to me, too. They might even scrap out their trading post at this point because it's going to be so close. Although probably not. They're probably going to do that next turn. I do get 3, 6, 12, 13, 14 damage next turn, so that's nice, but they seem to heal that every 2 turns, and now they're just... I'm not sure they should be putting this much in their deck, but I don't think they're really that worried about it. Unfortunately, they're just running away so far with this one. I do get a couple more draws, so that's nice. Scrapperinos. Scrap those 2 bad boys out. And could have been worse. Make them discard 1. I need every tiny advantage I can get right now, and I don't think I would survive to see it again. 6. 6, 6, 6 is not great. I'll take a BattleBot and hope there's something I really like for 4 or 5. No, there's not. I'll take a couple of these. I have so much draw that maybe it'll work out okay. I mean, I got through a lot of their stuff, but in the end, I am down to 7 authority. And they're discarding 1, but that's not going to be my saving grace here. 8. Yep, they've got the kill. Wow. I probably should have picked up the mining mech from the beginning, even though it's a card nobody ended up wanting. I never did make up the ability to buy. That was just, it was strange. With the Colony Wars mix-in, I was expecting to see a little bit more, but it just kind of, the timing worked out. My opponent picked them up. Alrighty, well, you don't win them all. That is definitely Star Realms for you. So I will see you guys next week. Later.